almost everybody is getting sucked in. Those who are getting involved, those who are not getting involved, everybody is being told to take sides. Europe is divided. But, nobody is going to be spared the consequences of a global conflict. I'd like to go across to Ukraine, to Mr. Nahalo, who's acting chief editor of the Kiev Post. He's a senior journalist from Kiev. Are you preparing for war? Are the people of Ukraine preparing for war? We've seen some reports saying the people of Ukraine have lived with a heightened state of tension for far too long. They're sort of immune to it. What's the feeling on the ground?
The feeling on the ground is that they would like a deeper understanding of what's going on. We have been at war with Russia for 8 years. We are fearing a new incursion, a very serious one this time. The war is not between Biden and Putin. The war is between Ukraine and Russia and its imperialistic designs on Ukraine. And that is what has drawn in the others, because Putin wants to control Ukraine, not allow it to move westward as its people want, and therefore has made these ultimata, given these ultimata unreasonable, with a fair element of brinkmanship and bellicosity, which has drawn in and united, for that matter, the rest of Europe. The Americans have been rather reluctant until about a week or 2 or 3 ago to take a very firm position. But with the raising of the heightening the tensions from Moscow, saying all or nothing, Ukraine will be ours, meaning it will be Finlandized, it will be neutralized, it will be beyond any blocks, it won't be allowed to join the EU or NATO. That is totally unreasonable. We're living not in the 19th century, we're living in a democratic world, and India, as the largest democracy, should know that. So what is Russia today, other than a would-be great state restoring itself? In what position is it to tell Ukrainians whether they should look west or east? The Ukrainians don't want to be part of Eurasia. They want to be part of Europe. That is their choice, and that should be respected. And this pressure, this military pressure, these cyber attacks, these wars by other means, energy, for instance, this is 19th century gunboat diplomacy and brinkmanship that has no place in today's world, where international standards should be respected. Remember that Russia took Crimea. It has of eastern Ukraine. It occupies part of Ukraine at this stage. So Ukrainian people know what to expect, but they fear the worst, because this time, this war is not going to be about small incursions in the east or the south. What Ukrainians fear are, targeted rocket strikes at the capital, for instance, to sow panic, to divide the country, and to make it clear to the West that Ukraine is untenable. You can't defend it. It is our zone. It is our backyard. So back off. Ukraine belongs to Russia. Well, that's imagine if Britain was to say that to India, say, you are part of our empire, and remember who you are, and come back to us. And what would you reply?
I think you make some very strong points there. It's only appropriate that I take an immediate response from Mr. Mark Sleboda, who's an international relations and security analyst in Russia and in Moscow. You see, the